Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Fluent with Teacher Pablo, the podcast that helps you level up your English fluency while talking about real, relevant topics. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Jake. And today we're diving into a topic that many of us experience, but don't always know how to talk about: burnout.
Yes, burnout isn't just about being tired, it's deeper. It's emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress, often related to work, school, or caregiving. And it's something that's become even more common post-pandemic.
That's right. I remember during the pandemic, I worked remotely for months without boundaries. At first, it seemed fine: no commute, flexible hours. But slowly, I lost motivation, my energy dropped, and I began feeling detached from my work.
Exactly. That's a classic sign. So today we'll explore 1. What burnout is and how to describe it in English. 2. Useful phrases to talk about stress and mental health. And 3. Strategies to avoid or recover from burnout.
Let's start with vocabulary. One common phrase is, "I feel drained." That means you have no more energy left.
Yes. Other expressions are, I'm running on empty. I hit a wall. I'm mentally checked out. All of these are very natural ways to describe the emotional fatigue that comes with burnout.
Also, many people say things like, "I'm juggling too many things," or "I can't switch off." These expressions show that even during breaks, your mind stays active and anxious.
And notice the phrasal verbs, juggling, switch off, hit a wall. Learning these is key to sounding natural.
Totally. Now, when it comes to causes of burnout, how can someone describe them at work?
Here are some examples. My workload has become overwhelming. There's no clear work-life balance. I'm under constant pressure to deliver. I feel micromanaged.
And sometimes people don't want to sound like they're complaining, so they can soften the message with expressions like, "Lately, I've been feeling stretched thin." "I might need to reassess my schedule." "I'm realizing I've taken on too much."
Beautifully said. These phrases are polite but clear. Now let's talk prevention. One essential part is setting boundaries. So, how do we express that in English?
Try saying, "I'm trying to disconnect after work hours. I'm setting limits on my availability. I've started blocking time in my calendar for focus work."
Nice. And self-care expressions like, I'm prioritizing rest. I've begun meditating to recharge. Taking short breaks helps me stay grounded.
And if someone's already burnt out, how can they express that and ask for help?
They could say, I think I need to take a step back. I'm considering taking some time off. Can we talk about adjusting my workload?
All very professional, direct, and appropriate. Let's not forget the emotional side. Sometimes saying, "I'm not okay," is powerful.
Absolutely. And if you're supporting someone else, saying, I'm here if you want to talk. You've been doing a lot. Maybe it's time to pause. Would you like help with something?
Si te está gustando el contenido de este podcast, te agradecería mucho que me dejes un comentario con cuál sería el siguiente tema que te gustaría ver dentro de estas conversaciones, que te suscribas, me dejes tu like y lo compartas con quien creas que le pueda servir para poder traerte más contenido como este.
Can mean the world.
Yes, and don't underestimate the power of simply listening. In English, you can show active listening by using short responses like, "I hear you." That sounds really tough. I can imagine how draining that must be. These phrases help keep the conversation open, supportive, and respectful.
That's such an important point. Burnout is not always loud. Sometimes it's silent. People just stop engaging. They show up to work, but they're emotionally distant. In English, we often say, they're going through the motions, which means they're doing the tasks, but without real energy or connection.
Right, and that can be hard to admit, especially in professional environments. That's why it helps to have neutral, respectful phrases to check in. You could say, "You've seemed a bit off lately. Is everything okay?" Or just checking in, "How are you holding up these days?"
And if you are the one feeling burnout, it's okay to speak up. There's strength in vulnerability. You might say, I'm doing my best, but I'm running low on energy. I'm usually very focused, but recently I've been feeling scattered. I'd appreciate a little support if possible.
Notice how those statements express the issue clearly without drama or blame. That's especially helpful if English isn't your first language. Being honest but polite builds trust.
Let's switch gears a little, because sometimes burnout also shows up outside of work. In daily life, parents, students, caregivers, anyone can experience it. And in casual conversation, you can use expressions like, I've been stretched so thin lately, I forgot to eat lunch. My brain feels like it's in a fog. I just want to unplug for a while.
Yes. And that word, unplug, is such a powerful modern expression. It means to disconnect, not just from devices, but from responsibilities. It's a way to recharge mentally and emotionally.
Exactly. And speaking of recharging, let's talk about small ways to recover from burnout and how to describe those actions in English.
Sure, for example, I've started taking 10-minute walks to clear my head. I set my phone to do not disturb in the evenings. Sundays are now my no-work days.
And one more, I've begun journaling to process my thoughts. These are simple actions, but expressing them clearly helps you reflect and also share your habits with others.
You know what else helps? Reframing your self-talk. Instead of saying, I have to do everything, try, I'm doing what I can and that's enough. It's okay to take a break. It doesn't make me weak. Rest is productive too.
That's so powerful, Jake. Language shapes the way we think, and the way we think shapes how we recover.
So true. And remember, everyone, burnout is a signal, not a sign of failure. If you're feeling overwhelmed, talking about it in English, even with simple, honest phrases, can bring connection, relief, and support.
We hope today's episode gave you not only vocabulary and expressions, but also a moment to reflect and breathe.
And before we wrap up, here's a bonus challenge for our listeners. Try this. Record yourself describing a moment when you felt close to burnout, what happened, how you felt, and what helped you recover. Use at least 3 expressions from today's episode. If you would like to receive feedback about your recording, go and join Conlangers and send it to Teacher Pablo.
That's a great way to practice storytelling and emotional vocabulary in English.
As always, thanks for tuning in to Fluent with Teacher Pablo. Take care, stay grounded, and remember, you're not alone.
See you in the next episode.